This episode of LeapTV is made possible by our friends at Twist Fashions, your one-stop shop for women's clothing. Coming up on LeapTV, a branding lesson from Tripadvisor. We're going to talk about how to determine how to delegate or what to delegate. And this week's performance tip, avoiding sloppy productivity. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and this is the show that shows you that small, intentional, consistent actions lead to massive results. In today's cyber world, anything can happen. Our information is up online, left, right, and center. We buy things online, we use services online every day. Something is bound to happen. Tripadvisor got a really bad weekend a couple weeks ago as their system was compromised. Hackers got in there. And believe me when I say that this is not fun for the company, and it's certainly not fun for us, users or members. But I want to talk to you guys about what they did very well to avoid losing members and to also avoid creating a big hoopla that was probably not necessary. Here's the email that I received a couple weeks ago. What is brilliant about this email is, first, the email went out before Facebook, Twitter, or the news got a hold of that news. And as a member, I really felt that Tripadvisor put themselves in my shoes. It actually stated what happened. It didn't downplay anything. It stated what happened, and then it right away went into, how will this affect you? And then it went to simply state how it will affect me and not affect me because of the measures that they've taken. They also go and continue and say that they are taking every measure possible to avoid something like that happening again. And the brilliant thing is that it's signed by the co-founder and CEO. And if you want more information, you click on this link at the bottom, and then you get to this other email or this website basically that actually talks a little bit more about what you truly want to know, the meat of it. You know, what happened? How does this in fact affect me? You know, how many members were affected or impacted? What is Tripadvisor doing about this? So everything that was running through my mind from the initial email, I got the information here. So what they did really well is they appeased me as a member from the first email, telling me, hey, this happened. It's no big deal because we're on it, and nobody left with all the information anyways, so nothing's going to happen. And on top of that, if you want more information, it's all here for you. The lesson is not about being hacked or not, because as a small business owner, the chances of you being hacked and it being affecting your clients are pretty slim. However, whether it is that you lose a check, you don't process a credit card, whatever it is that is a little bit of a hiccup in your processes and systems, that your clients kind of get a skip in the beat for them. The important thing to remember here in what they did well is that they addressed the issue. They did not hide under a rock. They addressed the emotional implication of that. It's not the action that's important, it's how you solve it, and how you solve it more on an emotional level. Needless to say, this one goes into my book as a brand hero. Now, Leapers, do you have a brand hero story to share? Who has delighted you and surprised you positively lately? All you got to do is add your story as a comment below this video at leaptv.com. It's a great way to learn and share with your peers, and it's also a great way to increase traffic to your website, so take advantage of it. Now, before we move on with the show, I'd love to take a moment to say a little bit more about our friends at Twist Fashions. Twist is a trend-driven boutique focused on providing a working lifestyle wardrobe experience. It's like shopping with your own personal stylist. With a great clothing selection from denim to suiting, it truly is a one-stop shop. Head on over to twistfashions.com for more information and special offers. This week's question is from Tonya Lank from Surrey, BC. Tonya writes, I I own a small graphic design studio here in Surrey, BC, and as you know, small business owners have to wear many hats. How does a solopreneur determine and juggle the right hats? How do you stay focused and determine what gets delegated? Tonya, this is a very big question, although small amount of words, very loaded. What I'm going to do, since we don't have a week to answer that, I'm going to keep it very simple for you. Your question had two parts to it. It had a focus, how do I stay focused? And how do I determine what to delegate? Well, let me address the focus part first. In order to stay focused or become focused, you need to know and be very clear about what your whips are, wildly important priorities. You need to know where you're going and what are the top 3 priorities that are going to get you there in the least amount of time possible within a specific amount of time. Once you're clear on that, how to determine or what to determine to delegate? Well, first you need to look at your task list and you need to establish what are the tasks on there that, one, you either don't like or that you're not good at it. Here's why I'm saying this. If you're not good at a task, chances are it's probably a task that could be a $15 to $20 an hour task. If you're not good at it, you're going to spend a shitload amount of time working on it, while someone better than you could do it in a relatively short amount of time. And that is keeping you away from charging potentially $150 an hour doing what you're best at doing. So look at your task list. Highlight the tasks that you don't like or that you're not good at or that could easily be delegated for $15 to $20 an hour. That is going to help you dramatically really figuring out what needs to stay on your plate and what needs to get off of your plate. Again, in relationship with your whips, always. So Tonya and all the other leapers out there, what does that mean for you and your business? Remember that in order to grow your business and to make more money, you need to stop spending time on tasks that are either dimming your bulb or not profitable. Do you have a burning question about branding, marketing, or anything about business for that matter? Now is your chance to get some free, innovative advice. All you got to do is click on the Ask Isabel button at LeapTV.com. Now, in return for asking a question, Tonya, you win a 2-month free subscription to MyLeapTools.com. What's MyLeapTools? It's a vital business resource for all of you small business owners out there wanting to save time and save money. Think of it as your very own performance resource center with a constantly growing collection of tips, tools, templates, and must-know winning strategies to help entrepreneurs like you perform like never before. Now, Leapers, we have got ourselves one hell of a problem. Small business owners are working 12, 18, 20-hour days, pretty much 6-7 days a week. And if there was an 8th, I bet you we'd be working. Well, although this concept or this epidemic may feel or be perceived as admirable, I guarantee you that all it shows is inefficiency, sloppy productivity, and lack of boundaries. I guarantee you that if your computer, if electricity, power was to turn off at 5 every day, I guarantee you that you would be forced to find ways, systems, automation, delegation, to actually get all of that stuff done before 5. Now, I'm also guilty of this. No one gets away from this. What is important is to create our boundaries, non-negotiable boundaries. 6 o'clock, no matter what, we stop. Do you need to have great systems to get there? No. What you need to do is you need to create the boundary, and then this will force you to create the systems and what you need to do to get there. Right now, what's going on is everybody has the luxury of working till 11, myself included, and what that does is it doesn't work the right muscles, and it gets us to stay sloppy and create ourselves not the life that we were wanting to create initially by starting our own businesses. So I am challenging you to create boundaries at a specific amount of time and to do whatever you can to get there so that you can live the life that you want while running a business. Don't forget to comment and share your ideas and opinions about this week's show because we want to hear them. Never want to miss an episode? Very simple. All you got to do is subscribe at leaptv.com today. It's free, and best of all, it's hassle-free with our promise to you of only one single notification per week. And for signing up to LeapTV today, you get instant access to my Branding from the Inside Out webinar recording that will show you how to become extraordinary to avoid elimination. That's it for this week's show. Remember that everything you've learned here today will do nothing for you, unless, of course, you implement it. So take action on what you've learned here today. And remember that it's much, much easier to do it than to dwell on it. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and you can connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Join me again next week for other branding lessons and must-know strategies to help you perform like never before.
We're rolling.
Okay.
Nay. Shall we go right into it?
Shall we?
Shall we?
Okay. Hey, you know what? I know. From the top.
From the top. Okay, from the top, everybody.
Okay.
One deep breath. Center yourself. And you looked a little too serious.
Ah!
You usually have a nice light look on. Yeah. Head roll. Hey. Head roll. Air guitar. Drum solo.